It is the first show here on First Digital TV, and like I said, I'm joined already in the studio by my guest. We're talking education today, but the topical issue we're going to be discussing is whether or not we should encourage vernacular speaking in our basic schools. And I have been joined in the studio by headmistress of Kinland Nursery School in Dansuma. And she is also the president of Early Childhood Development Centers Association of Ghana, ECAF. And I have been joined in the studio also by Mr. John Sterling. He is the project and maintenance, or head of project and maintenance at the Coconut Grove Hotel, and he's also a member of the PPP. These are the men, and when I say the men, including the woman. Ghana, when you mention men, gender. No. She's also a man. Oh, Mr. Kenkwedo. Mr. Kenkwedo is. He said he's not smiling at me. I wonder how he's going to go out on the program without smiling at me. Please, rather than sound kakawa and all say.
I'm privileged.
Yes, please. Mr. Kenkwedo is actually the director for Teach Ghana.
When it comes to education, we have already said that education has a lot of meanings, but I say, after my experience in education, is that education is the ability to solve one's own problem and maybe therefore that of others. So if education is to help us solve our problems, then education should help us communicate. And if we should communicate in any language and we cannot communicate in our own language, we are not fully educated. So I think that in Ghana, we should encourage that every child or every person who goes through our education as a Ghanaian should speak one of our local dialects, at least. If nothing at all, their mother tongue or the area they have grown, in addition to whatever language they would learn. And I am also even encouraging that if we go through education in Ghana, we should also know a bit of French. We should be proficient in French. And it's just because we are surrounded by Francophone countries, and it is very important. Most of them speak English, but we don't actually take the speaking of the French as seriously as they do.
And a certain work that we did, and from the research that we have read, it says that in the northern part of Ghana, when you take the age 3 and older, 93.7% of them are illiterate. They can't communicate in basic English language. The deprived communities of these 3 northern regions. Deprived. I'm not talking about Bolga, neither am I speaking about Boku or Tamale or Yeni. I'm talking about the deprived communities where a vehicle goes there when it's a market day.
Yes,
but in our country, where are we? We don't know who we are. Our grandfathers and our fathers before us are British. You and I today, we don't know who we are, whether we are Americans or we are British or we are German. We don't even know. We are confused people. Because the people before us, they dress like the British, they do everything like the British, they speak like the British. Now we want to speak like Americans. Our fathers spoke like the British. We are speaking like Americans. So who are we? We don't even know our identity. How then do we have a language that we want to communicate in?
Have an able and willing leadership who can tackle this education and language issue. You know, we have proposed, the PPP, and I'll bring it in, that education should be standardized. Early childhood education, it should be standardized. You are talking about Montessori's and all of the. Why can't the government take these deprived communities that you are talking and then put, the same school, properly equipped, a playground, a library where they can cook food for them, everything there. Kindergarten children from 3, their minds are like a sponge. They absorb everything.
Somebody on Facebook says, Samuel Brolin, he says, the irony of the case is we study Ghanaian language in our schools, but it is forbidden to speak the language on the school compound. I remember when we were made to kneel down or pick rubbish around the school compound just because you were caught speaking Twi. And it is something I was just going to say, and he posted this, that is true. We are we teach Ghanaian languages. We teach Ewe, we teach Gan, we teach Tree, we teach Fanti, and some other languages. But you find a child speaking, you say kneel down. The seniors will come around and listen around and see if you are speaking Tree. If you speak Tree, they say kneel down.
Why?
The reason why is that vernacular, we don't speak it in the school. We are in the school to learn English. So vernacular, we have to speak it in the house. So when we reach the school, then we speak the English.
But some people say I was born in a...
The reason why is that if we all decided to speak our various language in the school, nobody will know how to speak English. So in school, we are in school to learn how to speak the English.
They are supposed to punish you because it does not help you in life.
Why?
Maybe one day get the opportunity to speak with somebody or a minister or somebody and you don't know how to speak English, you go and speak vernacular. It means the teachers do not treat you or do not show you how to speak good English. So you have to be punished when you're in the school.
Guy school she ekwani amesumona we school me she gbini about tonga pe na mesumona we ga she apart from nowhere ekwani amesumoni awi organ school me she gbini about tonga la ba we ga oh bro for we mo ehin twanke ibi again inka me we man we mo bro for so am we gbetene ni inka me because akeyin e won inka me we man we mo.
Question: why don't you do the program in Chi as you are advising us? Thank you. This is from Kwame. Kwame, you didn't add where you are.
No, why not in every language?
No, every language, sure. No, say why
he's
the person that says vernacular. That word should have been vernacular. I speak then you speak fine.
And there's no communication. What's the meaning of communication? If I speak Ewe and the sentence,
there will be a communication.
Yapa amio da bonami de amio da bonami a musu suare ka demo no yi emo ya yi sika da daga nami na mi abutama wo no there's no communication because you don't understand. The problem.
Okay, sayings, we are saying that wherever you are, if your child cannot speak your own language, it means you have failed. We are saying that as a parent, you have the power to influence your child to becoming what you want the child to be with the help of God. I am saying here that as a nation, if we don't realize that we have made a mistake and we need to correct it right here by letting parents spearhead the fact that children that are going to lead us, because leadership has actually come up so very much here. We are saying that leaders must be trained by parents. So parents, get your children to be confident by speaking your language and by just training them to be leaders, and definitely they will come up to do what we have failed to do.
Right. Thank you, Madam Wasese. My producer says I speak Chi.
Why Chi?
Because that's
speak a language. No, speak a dialect. I think so.
Okay, I will allow Mr. Kodo. Me Masagomo, what you say. Mr. Kodo Sagomo, what you.
So no, everybody should speak one dialect, and then we'll
use your dialect to
finish up. But I think it will be nice.
Enya mi blo mi ru kwajiba afnya yingo abatu ko na ejebe ami olango na mia opa susuo na tro no nya ba me pa ngo nyia ali bare me pa mi fiala oji me ba mi fiala wo ngo nyi na no mi awo ma afi mi ata yingo abatu ko na akpana mi bẹ́ẹ̀ ni yẹn tó yẹn ní ìgbọ̀ngbáwọn máa ń nánú yẹn kátà mìíràn.
ọba náà ontimi nka wá kásá ẹni ẹ náà ní ẹmẹ nkọ yìí ẹni ẹmẹ nka ẹkyi ọba àdé adaroma ó deẹ wàsẹbi mesre film edeko se wo atini hu sa akwanya ya dia ene ye hyase aka wo kasa kire wo ba me hye wo bo se wo ka wo kasa kire wo ba na se okosuku a obese sasa kasa na owo no de akabrofo eno krampo na obepass ye e ma ne hawo na tie ni amekan na usa wudi so a onyame adawoma oba no obetwa sa school na opese okono obetwa no akom medamo ase
Madonna Sepapa de and a pay, and when I win at the jer, wabo abets now when if you whom we say, Yanunko Muda, Idin and then a pay. You're Ghana for. You're Ghana for, so you're fanciful, you're young fool, you're young crown fool, you're pitiful, you're Ghana. I will fool no nyabatan. So we'd say, you know, come you did and a pay. Woman who they try him bad with fear entity with the fear no the school dame. And young woman, they hear to say, yeah, yet no, yet from try her number. I'm walk school dame, sir. We two ways yard. Send a hair chairman, no but to walk we could say, my chair from so or a chairman or school dame. And I want to say,
Enti, Mrs. Chum Kaisi, Marisha Obo, Timin so Marisha Obo. Se wutumi bua obana na utumi eka ukrom kasa ebeboa aching se obe force na manaka yen koloni na
aching obe shano na waka
koloni kasa poto kasa yo inti shewu onka ukrom kasa
bua enshano bua no manani yese obeka ukrom kasa. Encouragement. You don't force, you encourage.
I want to close. This is the I mean, that's coming watch now. Amen. Thank you. My name is Annie from Medawasi.